Toshiba smart TVs continue to be a popular choice in 2026, offering a strong combination of picture quality and affordability. From vibrant 4K displays and HDR support to built-in streaming platforms and voice control, Toshiba delivers an enjoyable viewing experience for a wide range of users. We're counting down the top 5 Toshiba smart TVs that stand out for their performance and overall value in today's competitive TV market. Links to all products are mentioned in the description below. Let's get started at number 5. Toshiba M550NP Google Smart TV. If you are looking to buy a new television, I need you to ignore the marketing buzzwords for a second and focus on the two things that actually determine picture quality: how the TV handles backlight control and how much color depth it can physically output. Most mid-range TVs sacrifice both to save a buck. But this is the Toshiba M550NP. It represents a massive shift in value because it brings true full-array local dimming and a quantum dot QLED panel down into an incredibly accessible price tier. Plus, it rocks a built-in 2.1-channel sound system with a dedicated subwoofer. Let's start with the heavy hitter, the backlight. Most TVs in this class are edge-lit, meaning the LEDs sit on the side and wash out the entire screen when trying to display something bright. The M550NP features full-array local dimming. The LEDs sit directly behind the screen and turn on or off in distinct localized zones. When you see a bright moon in a pitch-black sky, the sky stays ink black, while the moon pops with a clean 400 nits of typical brightness. Layered over that backlighting is Toshiba's quantum dot color layer. It uses an 8-bit plus FRC color depth to deliver over 1 billion distinct shades of color. Driven by the Regza Engine ZR intelligence, the image doesn't look artificially saturated. Instead, it provides hyper-realistic, lifelike skin tones and landscape details with incredibly deep color volume. All that hardware is managed by the Regza Engine ZR chipset, which runs a few proprietary algorithms that are highly impressive. First is the AI 4K upscaling and ZR clarity system. It handles compression noise from streaming services brilliantly, making low bitrate HD content look genuinely sharp on a 4K canvas. You also get AI Auto View Pro and an AI picture optimizer that tweaks picture parameters on the fly based on ambient room light. For format support, it hits the absolute grand slam. Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and HLG are all natively processed. If you want to bypass all processing entirely to see the raw edit, you can toggle on the official filmmaker mode to get exact studio-calibrated color tracking. Now let's talk about something almost every TV manufacturer gets wrong: internal audio. Modern TVs are so thin that they sound flat and tinny. Toshiba chose to fight back against that trend by building a literal audio weapon into this chassis. This is a 49-watt, 2.1-channel setup powered by Regza Power Audio Pro. Instead of relying purely on micro-tweeters, they integrated a heavy-duty Regza bass woofer directly into the back of the set. When combined with its Dolby Atmos spatial processing, the soundstage is deep, punchy, and physically resonant. You don't just hear explosions or deep cinematic tracking shots, you actually feel them in the room, while vocals remain completely separated and clear. For the gamers out there, the M550NP hides an awesome trick up its sleeve. While it operates at a stable 60 Hz for cinematic movies, it features a specialized high refresh mode that allows the panel to accept a 120 Hz variable refresh rate (VRR) input alongside auto low latency mode (ALOM). When you activate game mode, the input latency plummets, frame rates smooth out, and screen tearing disappears completely. On the software side, it runs on a fluid Google TV platform. You get a unified interface that curates personalized recommendations right across Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and Jio Hotstar. It also supports hands-free voice control, so you can just speak to Google Assistant without touching the remote. Plus, wireless sharing is fully universal, here packing Chromecast, Miracast, DLNA, and native Apple AirPlay. The verdict is simple. The Toshiba M550NP punches way above its weight class. By refusing to compromise on local dimming backlights, QLED color depth, and actual physical subwoofer hardware, they've crafted an incredibly competent cinematic and casual gaming machine that skips the flagship tax. Pros: full array local dimming, vibrant QLED color filters, hands-free voice control, and advanced Dolby Vision IQ. Cons: 60 Hz screen ceiling and moderate peak brightness. Number 4. Toshiba C350NP 4K Google Smart TV. When you're shopping for an affordable 4K TV, you're usually forced to make a major compromise. You either get a decent panel with an incredibly slow, generic smart interface, or you get a good operating system but miss out on key cinematic features like Dolby Vision or modern gaming ports. Well, Toshiba is trying to completely erase that compromise with this. This is the Toshiba C350NP. It takes a crisp 4K Ultra HD panel, packs it with Google TV, and throws in premium features like Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, and full multi-platform screen mirroring. Let's start with the visual hardware. Out of the box, you're getting a native 3840 by 2160 Ultra HD display running at a stable 60 Hz. But what makes this panel shine is its format support. Toshiba included both HDR10 and Dolby Vision, which is incredibly rare at this price point. When you load up a Dolby Vision title on Netflix or Prime Video, the highlights get remarkably bright and shadows retain actual detail instead of turning into a muddy gray block. It also features a massive 178-degree wide viewing angle. If you have a wide living room setup or a sectional couch where people are watching from sharp angles, the colors and contrast stay completely locked in without washing out. Plus, it includes pre-tuned picture profiles like cinema, sports, and an authentic filmmaker mode that turns off unnecessary processing so you can see movies exactly how the director intended. The single biggest upgrade on the C350NP is the software. It runs on the fully realized Google TV ecosystem. Unlike older smart TV interfaces that feel like a disorganized grid of apps, Google TV acts like a personal entertainment assistant. It pulls content recommendations from your subscriptions, whether that's Prime Video, Z5, or Sony Live, and organizes them right on your home screen. Navigating the UI is lightning fast, and it supports full voice commands via Google Assistant. But where it absolutely wins for connectivity is screen mirroring. Usually a budget TV forces you into one ecosystem. The C350NP doesn't care what phone or laptop you use. It features Chromecast built-in, DLNA, Miracast, and native Apple AirPlay support. Whether you're casting a presentation from an Android phone or streaming a family video straight from an iPhone, it just works seamlessly. Turning to physical connectivity, Toshiba gave this model a serious layout. You get 3 HDMI ports, with one dedicated to ERC for high-end soundbars, along with 2 USB ports, and optical digital output, dual-band Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. And if you're a casual gamer, pay close attention. Even though this is a 60 Hz panel, Toshiba integrated VRR, variable refresh rate, and ALLM, auto low latency mode. When you boot up a console, the TV automatically switches to PC or game mode, slashing input lag down to a minimum. Combined with MEMC motion smoothing, fast-paced action sequences in video games or live sports stay incredibly crisp, without annoying motion blur or screen tearing. On the audio front, you're looking at a 24-watt stereo output enhanced by Dolby Atmos. It features built-in sound modes like theater, speech, and a great late-night compression mode, alongside an audio equalizer and lip sync adjustment to make sure your sound and picture are perfectly aligned. It's plenty loud for a bedroom or mid-size apartment layout. Pros: Google TV ecosystem, Dolby Vision and Atmos support, sleek bezel-less build. Cons: subpar true HDR impact. Number 3. Toshiba C450N QLED Smart TV. This is where the Toshiba C450N comes into play. This display is a massive step up because it introduces quantum dot technology to Toshiba's accessible lineup. Combined with their Regza engine high-grade processing, intelligent AI upscaling, and a punchy built-in audio layout, this model aims to be the ultimate mid-range sweet spot. Let's start with the headlining feature: quantum dot technology. Traditional LED TVs use a standard filter that can make colors look dull or artificially forced. Quantum dot uses a layer of microscopic nanocrystals that react to light by emitting incredibly precise, pure wavelengths. This massively expands the TV's color palette, giving you over 1 billion shades of realistic color. When you're watching a movie, skies look deeper, foliage looks natural, and skin tones actually look human. Driving this entire experience is the Regza engine high grade. This processor is optimized to maximize picture quality across the board, ensuring that the wider color spectrum matches up with balanced contrast and crisp lines scene by scene. Now, having a wide color range doesn't mean much if your daily streaming content looks blurry. That's why Toshiba included their proprietary AI 4K upscaler. Most budget sets upscale Full HD content by simply duplicating pixels to fill a 4K frame, which makes the image look soft and blocky. Toshiba's algorithm is much smarter. It analyzes the colors and textures of neighboring pixels to determine what the actual real-world texture should look like, injecting fine detail where it was lost. No matter if you're watching older YouTube clips, HD sports broadcasts, or standard cable, the image is sharpened to near 4K level clarity. For the home theater enthusiasts, the C450N pairs Dolby Vision HDR with Dolby Atmos sound. Dolby Vision ensures the panel delivers brighter highlights and deeper contrast during high-end cinematic streams. But what really surprised me here is the physical audio hardware. Most modern thin TVs sound like tin cans because the speakers point downward or backward. Toshiba built in their Regza power audio system, which utilizes dual direct firing speakers. Every single driver is meticulously tuned to project audio directly into the room. You get a well-balanced soundstage with surprisingly deep low-end presence, meaning dialogue stays locked to the center of the screen while action sound effects wrap around your seating position. At the end of the day, the Toshiba C450N is all about bringing premium display technology down to earth. By adding quantum dot color depth to a smart, beautifully upscaled 4K panel, they've built a TV that looks and sounds significantly more expensive than its actual price tag suggests. Pros: vibrant quantum dot color, full premium HDR integration, punchy audio output, and decent casual gaming traits. Cons: limited peak brightness. Number 2, Toshiba C350 LED 4K Smart TV. This is the Toshiba C350. It is a highly competitive, budget-conscious 4K panel powered by the Regza Engine ZR, fully integrated with Fire TV and packed with features like Dolby Vision and automated upscaling. The driving force behind this display is the Regza Engine ZR. This is Toshiba's proprietary processing brain, and its main job is to constantly analyze what's on screen and maximize the resolution potential. But where it really earns its keep is the AI 4K upscaler. Look, a lot of what we watch every day, whether it's classic sitcoms, older YouTube videos, or standard HD cable, isn't natively broadcast in 4K. Instead of just lazily stretching those lower resolution pixels to fit a big screen, the AI upscaler analyzes neighboring pixels and intelligently predicts what the textures and colors should look like based on real-world sight patterns. It gives your older content a massive clarity boost, bringing it incredibly close to true 4K quality. For your movie nights, Toshiba didn't skimp on the premium formats. The C350 fully supports Dolby Vision HDR combined with Dolby Atmos spatial sound. When you stream a Dolby Vision title, the TV locks in dynamic metadata to optimize brightness and color accuracy scene by scene. Pair that with the Super Contrast Booster, which emphasizes and maximizes the depth of color gradients, and you get an image that looks remarkably lifelike and deep rather than washed out. The Dolby Atmos integration wraps the audio around your room, turning a budget-friendly panel into a genuine, self-contained entertainment hub. Where budget panels usually fail is motion handling. Fast-moving objects usually leave behind an annoying blurry trail. Toshiba addresses this with a feature called Ultimate Motion, which significantly reduces motion blur during intense action sequences. This tech works hand-in-hand with 2 dedicated viewing modes. First, you have Sports Mode, which uses a tailor-made algorithm optimized specifically to track fast-moving balls and athletes with unrivaled clarity. Then when you plug in a gaming console, the TV automatically toggles its built-in game mode. This opens up gaming essential features like ALLM, Auto Low Latency Mode, VRR, Variable Refresh Rate, and EARC for your soundbars. It drops your controller input lag down to a minimum, ensuring your gaming sessions are fluid, responsive, and tear-free. The entire user experience is built on the Fire TV platform. If you're tired of endlessly scrolling through separate apps trying to remember where your favorite show is, You'll love this layout. Fire TV puts your streaming apps, live over-the-air channels, and recommendations right on one main home screen. Plus, the remote comes with voice control via Alexa. You can just hold down the button and ask Alexa to launch apps, check sports scores, or find content across your entire library instantly. It is incredibly intuitive and perfectly snappy. The Toshiba C350 proves that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a sharp, smart, feature-rich 4K television. With great AI upscaling, Dolby formatting, and a dedicated game mode, it punches well above its price tier. Pros: built-in Fire TV platform, Alexa voice remote included, excellent low input lag and modern audio support. Cons: dim panel for bright rooms. Number one in the winner is Toshiba Z670R Mini LED Smart Fire TV. This is the Toshiba Z670R. It is a mini LED QLED powerhouse designed in Japan, and it is built to compete directly with the absolute best panels on the market. We are talking about precision local dimming, a native 144 Hz refresh rate, a massive integrated audio engine, and some incredibly smart AI processing. Let's dive into the core technology. The Z670R utilizes mini LED with full array local dimming. Because the LEDs are so microscopically small, Toshiba is able to control the backlighting with incredible precision. You get deep, inky blacks that mimic an organic panel, but with the searing, brilliant highlights that only high-end LED arrays can achieve. Tying all this physical hardware together is the brain of the machine, the Regza engine, Z Gen 3. This is an advanced proprietary AI picture and sound processor fine-tuned by Toshiba engineers over in Japan. Instead of just globally boosting brightness or saturation, the Regza engine analyzes your content scene by scene, optimizes clarity and contrast in real time, and ensures that the over 1 billion shades generated by its QLED color layer look stunningly natural rather than artificially blown out. Now, if you're a gamer, this is where the Z670R shifts from being a great television to an absolute weapon. This display features a native 144 Hz refresh rate inside its Game Mode Pro suite. When you hook up a next-gen console or a top-tier PC gaming rig, it unlocks the full performance envelope. It supports variable refresh rate up to 144 Hz, auto low latency mode, and AMD FreeSync Premium. What that means in plain English, it's zero screen tearing, instantaneous controller response times, and fluid, ultra-smooth motion handling that completely eliminates ghosting. It transforms your living room panel into a competitive-grade gaming monitor. To ensure you aren't constantly adjusting your picture settings depending on the time of day, Toshiba built in the AI Light Sensor Pro. It automatically tracks your ambient room lighting and shifts the brightness and color balance on the fly, saving your eyes from strain whether you're watching in a sun-drenched living room or a pitch-black bedroom. And for the format purists, it features the Total HDR Solution Pro, meaning it natively processes Dolby Vision IQ, HDR10+, HDR10+ Adaptive, and HLG out of the box. But where it truly shocks you is the built-in sound. Most flat panels have terrible audio because there's no physical depth. Toshiba bypassed that entirely with the Regza Power Audio Pro system. They engineered a dedicated Regza bass woofer right into the back of the chassis, paired with dual clear direct speakers and meticulously tuned amplifiers. You get deep, resonant bass that physically shakes the room, while vocals stay completely crisp and centered. For its operating system, the Z670R runs on a fully integrated Fire TV platform. It brings all your streaming services, apps, and even live over-the-air channels right to a unified home screen. You can tap the Alexa button on the remote to easily search for content, pull up sports scores, or manage your smart home devices without stopping your movie. Visually, the physical hardware is a masterclass in minimalist Japanese aesthetics. The clean, sharp lines and heavy-duty premium materials allow a massive display to blend seamlessly into your modern living space without looking loud or gaudy. The Toshiba Z670R is a spectacular achievement. It pairs the high-end cinematic accuracy of mini LED and Japanese engineering with the uncompromising, ultra-fast features of a pro-grade gaming panel. If you want a premium display that treats your movies and your games with equal respect, this deserves a spot on your wall. Pros: mini LED backlighting, powerful audio architecture, Fire TV, smart interface, and an AI engine processing. Cons, Fire OS home screen ads. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our latest tech reviews and updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.